All right, guys, let's check out this Hamilton Navy Pioneer Small Seconds. This is otherwise known as the H784555543. Yeah, we don't call watches that. I kind of wish companies would stop giving part numbers like that. Call them cool names or something. Anyway, so this is another one that I've done a video on about a year ago, right? But a different colorway. This is the first time doing this almost denim blue dial color. It doesn't have the denim texture or anything like that. It's just kind of that country blue or denim blue. The one I did a while ago, a year ago, was a white dial with the thermally blued hands. So this one's blue with the white print and then full polished hands. Now there is no loom on this at all. So we're not going to do a loom shot at the end because there is no loom. None of that printing is loomed. It is just an elegant, clean, sport, semi-dressy, nice watch, I guess. I don't know. Like, I could see where this would be a really nice watch to wear, but you're going to need some sort of light to be able to tell the time on it, which is fine. Typically, that's the environment that most of us are in. So, case size on this is a true 40 millimeter. The lug to lug, you can see those beautiful wire lugs, is 47.5 millimeter. Thickness is only 10 millimeter. It might look a little thicker than it is just because it's kind of it's not really a slab side, but there's no texture or anything like shaping or tapering or anything to the case. There is a profile to the case. It's just kind of a tube though. 20 millimeter lug width, and yes, there is, if you pull this back, you'll see there's actually a spring bar in there. So people will ask, how do you change straps on the wire lug watches? It's no different. It's just a spring bar. Yeah, you don't have the interior of an actual true lug design to help you guide that in. So that's where I say use the correct tool, maybe some reading glasses and slow controlled movements, and it's not that big of a deal. The crown is about 6.5 millimeter. It's a push-pull crown, and it's signed, has some good knurling on there. This is using, well, it's a small seconds and a date and a 3-hand, right? Well, 2-handed, hour, minute, and then the 3rd hand is the small seconds, and then it has the date at the 6 o'clock. This is using an ETA movement, and the way you can tell that is I've showed this before, but if you zoom in and look right up there, right there, then you'll be able to tell what movement's in it. It's not always printed on the case back like that. This is using an ETA 2895-2, but you can still look up there, and it will say ETA 2895. So you can see it also has 27 joules. It's printed on the rotor. So this is kind of like I don't want to say it's the same as a 2824 because it's not. It's a premium one, and then of course it has the small seconds at the 6 o'clock. So you can see you have a very nice clean profile of this watch altogether. It's going to be super legible in most lights, but with that handset, I mean, I don't want to say it disappears. It might become a little challenging to read the time under certain circumstances. It would have been nice to maybe have some white hands instead of the polish. I don't know. That's just me being nitpicky, I guess. But the rest of it is just a beautiful looking watch. I love the case shape and style on this thing. And then if you look, it's like these screws hold this case back on, but then the case back actually kind of wraps up, and I think that is what the wire lugs are attached to. I could be wrong. I'm not going to take it apart to find out, but that's where the seam is, so that's what it kind of looks like to me. But that's pretty cool. So if you were to have a problem with that, you could probably just replace that whole case back. Not that you would ever have a problem with that. It feels like it's plenty stout. But just a fun, great looking watch. Now that knurling up there looks like you could turn that bezel, which there would be no reason to turn that bezel. That's just for decorative purposes. This watch actually ships on this really nicely done leather directly from Hamilton. It's a little stiff. Who am I kidding? It's a lot stiff. This is a very stiff leather strap. I do not have the patience to break in a leather strap like that. Now, I'm sure you could probably do some tricks and get it to break in without wearing it. I'm not a patient man, so when I wear a leather strap, I want it to feel super comfortable right out of the box. So Marc bought this strap, which kind of looks like a leather strap, but it's not. It's made in Italy, and it smells like vanilla. That's right, it's vulcanized rubber. This is a Bonetto Cineturri or something. I don't know. I gotta look them up because this is a cool strap. It legit kind of looks like leather with the stitching on there and everything. Smells great. I love the vanilla flavored Italian rubber straps. And I think it's a very good pairing with this watch, and it's going to be way more comfortable than breaking this thing in. So let's pop this guy on wrist. It is a 10 bar water resistance, so be cautious of that. This strap is not super long either. I'll show you that in a minute. So there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. And you can see there's 4 holes or whatever, 3 holes left after the one I'm on. But I like at least this much, even for my wrist. So if you have, a 7.5 or 8 inch wrist, you're going to be running out of strap pretty soon. So keep that in mind if you're going to order. This isn't the factory strap. I'm not sure if this one's longer or not, but keep that in mind if you're going to order one of these. See if there's a longer variant if you have a larger wrist. Just something to think about. But just a great, clean, elegant looking sport watch, I think. And I love wire lugs. And I'm sure there is a ton of watches out there with wire lugs. Like I just had those Timex on it, and those have wire lugs. But, it's a Timex. It's kind of a cheap watch. This is a nice watch. I think the price on these, oh yeah, look at the price. These are $1,095. Now I'll put a link to Mimo's website because he's the authorized dealer for Hamilton. That's actually where Mark bought this watch. And you can usually get a discount, maybe send Mimo a message and say, hey, Random Rob said that you would maybe hook me up. Be cool with him, and he'll be cool with you. So you're definitely going to get this for less than $1,000. If they're still current running these, I didn't really check. But I'll put a link to Mimo's website in the description. And, like I said before, there's no loom. So I think we're done. See you on the next vid.